Hey guys, it is Garrett Stewart with Command Consult. And do you host open houses? Well, here is a great way to not only host an open house, but as soon as someone signs into your open house, be able to send them an immediate text and email about the property and consistently follow up for as long as you want, automatically utilizing the smart plans. And again, this is automatic where as soon as they log into your sign into your open house, this all happens seamlessly. You don't have to do a thing. So let's get started. I'll show you real quick. First things first, you're going to need a smart plan. When someone signs into your open house, what smart plan are they going to get? If you are utilizing a open house smart plan, this is something that literally when they're signing in on the open house sign in page on your iPad or computer, whatever it is, once they get signed in or logged into the open house there, it's automatically going to can send them a text and or email. If that is the case, you want to make sure you have that set up properly. So my go-to suggestion would kind of be find something in these open house in here. So you could just search open house in the Smart Plans library, see what's available. You're probably going to want to edit from there, but there are lots of options, including one from Keller Williams. You can even view the steps there where it'll send a text. Thanks for coming by. What did you think? This is something that's going to be sent immediately while they haven't even looked at the house. So probably would want to adjust any text like that. Say, thanks for stopping by, because they're going to get that immediately. Say, hey, thanks for coming to the open house. Here's the details of the home that you're looking at, or something like that. So they could almost have a hyperlink or something like that at 123 Main Street, anything like that. So they have the details ready to go. Uh, so just note, you'll likely have to edit plans or even create your own. So that's going to be your first step. And then the next step is you want this to all be seamless. Now, if you haven't done this before, we have a way to create open house login sheets from our command websites really easily. And all you got to do is once you go to your website, so I have my website here, renosparks.kw.com, and you're going to start typing in an address. So let's just say I'm going to do it at my listing. So if you start typing in an address, you'll see stuff pop in here. You see two of the same address here for Reno. The one with the little green dot means it's an active listing. As you can see, that one was sold 2002. So we're going to go ahead and click the active listing. It'll boot in there. I'm not logged in, so it's saying I have a limited amount there. You can see there's the property. Now I want to host an open house here. So what am I going to do? Really easy. You'll just select the end of the URL there and put a backslash and then type in open house. Simple as that. And that's going to create our login page for the open house. Takes just a second to create that little login page for us, but the great thing is it's going to take whoever logs into the open house and put it right into my command contacts. So again, I don't have to do a thing. I don't have to have a piece of paper and then try to read their handwriting and then enter it into command later. This all is automatically connecting with them to make it as seamless as possible. So there it is there. How I do it, I have an iPad, I set it up, there they go, they can see the property and the details there, and then we can start entering in their information. So what I'll do is I'll just do a test one here. So let's just say, we'll just say this is Gary Keller logging into my open house, and we'll just put in a fake email address here in there, and we'll put in, of course, a fake phone number too. So we'll just put cool. Put it just a random fake number, not a real number. And then we have to make sure we have those checked off. And so your client's going, and then when they hit submit, they're actually going to automatically get added to the smart plan. But if you don't have the settings set up, nothing happens. If they were just to hit submit and you haven't set up the proper stuff, all that's going to happen is they're going to go into your database and you're going to have to take that initiative after the fact. So let's actually, before I hit that submit button, let's make sure we have the setup and support set up so they automatically get that smart plan. So let's go ahead and go back to command. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to click your name up here. And we're going to go down to settings. Now from settings, we'll have, I believe it's command settings. Yep. And then from command settings, we'll hit contacts. And you can see this lead management right here. So you can see that's there, and I had a test one there, so actually I'll just delete that so I can create one for you. So more than likely, if you don't have any lead route set up, this is if you're on a team or not on a team, this you all have this available, at least should, and then you'll just hit create rule. You're going to hit create rule and you're going to name it. So we just might say open house That way you just know that's the rule. And then you're going to choose a lead source. When a lead comes in, they enter it through that portal here on your website through this. That they're gonna get assigned a lead source automatically. So that's what we're taking advantage of here. So we'll just type in open house, and there it is right there. And there's two, and this might be something where I created it. So just to be safe, I'm going to select both of them. I can't remember which one's it, but it'll say open house site. So just make sure that's the one you select. If you have two, like me for some reason, select both, and that way you make sure you're covered. Then you can choose to auto tag them. So if you wanted to, just tag them open house, you can either create a tag if you don't have one created, or if you already have one created, you could just select that open house. And then that way they're tagged that. And anywhere else you want to automatically have them, if they want tagged something else, you could do it that way too. And this is something that each open house you can change. If you wanted to have your smart plan, for example, be about a specific house, you can change that smart plan right before the open house and put in like the property information 123 Main Street. Same thing with this, you might put an auto tag in for the neighborhood or the address as a tag or something like that. So again, you can customize this for each open house if you want. You would just have to go and edit it right before your open house, of course. So then you're going to choose a smart plan to add it on. So I've got my test open house smart plan there. So we'll select that and we'll go ahead and hit create rule. Now that is going. So as you can see, and take note, I only have 20 notifications there. So what we'll do is now that that's active, we'll go back in here and we're signing in Gary Keller under all this fake information here, and we're going to go ahead and hit submit. So once I hit submit, that gets logged in there. Of course, my information all pops up here for the client, which is kind of nice. And they have a QR code that they can scan while at the property too. This is something where, hey, you could even have that link sent to them as well if you had it, so they didn't have to scan it. Be like, hey, it's going to send a link to my website that has the property information on it so you can look at it around. Maybe you don't even have to hand out flyers, or if you run out of flyers, busy open house, you have this as an option as well, which I kind of like. So anyway, you have that all there. Now, if we go back into command, look at that, we have 21 notifications. So we'll go ahead and select that, and you can see that new open house contact is there. So we're going to go ahead and hit view contact. And as you can see, this all popped in there with the fake information. And since this is kind of just a fake email in here, we've got that as undelivered, but it tried to send that email out, which is really cool. So if this was a real phone number and the smart plan had a text on it, it would send that text message as well and automatically go through. So great way. If they're contacting your database, I haven't tested what this goes through. I don't know if it'll trigger that per se. So this is one you'll have to test, but my suggestion is, regardless, before you run this at any open house, I would test it on yourself, sign yourself in as a contact. If you might have to use a different email and phone number because it uses that to see if you're the same person or not. So if you're already contacting your database, that could be an issue if the same phone number and email. So just make sure that's not the case, and then you are set. But test it out maybe with a spouse or friend or something like that. Just make sure it's working properly, and then once you're all good, that smart plan will go as long as you have it set up for where, again, you don't have to do anything or think about it. You can have those task triggers to call them the next day, anything like that, to hopefully convert that open house guest. So hopefully this works for you. You guys enjoyed the video. If for all of my other training and content, you can go to my website, commandconsult.com, and you can watch my other videos over there. I also offer newsletters that you can subscribe to and get newsletter templates to send out to your database every single month. I also hope to be your referral partner for the Reno, Sparks, and Northern Nevada area for all of your agent and client referrals here for the area. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.